There have been a lot of new developments in the search for a missing woman from Olmos Park. 51-year-old Suzanne Clark Simpson was last seen late Sunday night near her home. Now, we have learned this morning that her husband, 53-year-old Brad Simpson, has been arrested. Our Katrina Weber joins us live from the neighborhood at East Contour and Primera Drive. Katrina, we understand that you had a look at some court documents that paint a pretty grim picture of this whole thing.
That's right. That information is an affidavit that has to do with Brad Simpson's arrest on a family violence charge. Now, that was this morning, but the incident itself, it seems, happened the night that Suzanne Simpson disappeared. It's clear from the searches that police have been doing that they suspect she didn't just walk off. Now we know why. The affidavit says one of the couple's children told school officials about a fight the parents had, that Brad Simpson had hit his wife in the face, causing her to hit a wall. It says a neighbor also reported hearing a loud argument Sunday night, then seeing the couple physically fighting outside his window. He says he later heard screams from a nearby wooded area, then noticed Brad Simpson return home alone. Now, despite the grim picture that this all paints, Suzanne's friends say they're keeping the faith.
We're worried. We don't know where she is, and we're going to do whatever we can to help find her.
Pray for her family and her kids that she's found safe.
Those friends describe her as a loving mother to 4 children and a good friend. Now, we have seen a lot of other people here in the neighborhood. In fact, some of them gathered here wanting to take part in searches for Suzanne Simpson this morning, but for some reason, police have not allowed them to do just that. There's also a lot of talk in this neighborhood. This really is the talk of the town about the disappearance, people wondering what has become of Suzanne Simpson. And we hope to learn more. We're expecting the police chief in Olmos Park here to come and give us a briefing. He said at noon, but he should be here any moment. Reporting live in Olmos Park, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Why gamble? Why would you gamble with your life or the lives of your loved ones? Get out. We know it's an inconvenience. We know you're going to be uncomfortable, but you'll be alive.
A grim plea from the sheriff's office in Tampa. Time is running out for people to get out of Hurricane Milton's path. That hurricane slightly weakening to a Category 4 storm, but still
I know we say
making
it's
history.
Weakening, yeah, but the key here is it really doesn't matter that it's now a Category 4 from a Category 5, because the impacts are still going to be catastrophic from the Tampa area to points south especially. So this is going to be a devastating storm for parts of Florida. It is on the doorstep right now as we speak. I want to give you an update for Milton. Let's go ahead and take a look at the graphics here. And even just this is a live cam of Tampa area. You can see it looks like a bridge going over the water there. Already starting to see the sea churn, winds raging in Tampa already, and that storm has yet to even approach really that area. Now, what we're looking at right now is Hurricane Milton. Here's Hurricane Milton, the eye of Hurricane Milton, a Category 4 hurricane. There's this band of heavier showers and storms that's passing through Florida. And if you look closely, you can see tornado warnings all along this outer band ahead of the eye of Milton. So again, this area starting to see the major impacts. In fact, the Tampa area expected to see 8 to 12 feet of surge here in the coming hours. The worst of the surge has shifted to the south. So areas from Sarasota down to just north of Fort Myers expecting 10 to 15 feet of storm surge. That will be devastating for those areas. Coming up, we're going to talk about impacts from wind, rain, and the likes, but Hurricane Milton expected to make landfall sometime this evening, early tomorrow as a Category 3, working its way across Florida throughout the morning tomorrow as a Category 1 hurricane before heading back out into the Atlantic Ocean. Now, as for our weather here in San Antonio, we're already in the 80s. That's impressive when we started off in the mid 60s, and it is going to be a hot day. 95 for the high in San Antonio, 96 in Del Rio, 93 in Beeville, and 96 in New Braunfels. In fact, the high of 95 today would beat a record of 94 set back in 2014. So coming up, we're going to talk about, though there is a glimmer of hope for cooler weather in San Antonio's forecast. I'm going to have these details coming up.
Thank you, Sarah. Well, as Milton inches closer, people riding out the storms in their home are getting last-minute supplies, including gas. Donovan Myrie from our sister station in Orlando spoke with a man who says he has never seen a hurricane like this in his 30-plus years of living in Florida.
With Milton just hours away from being here in Central Florida, people are still looking for gas. And we've gotten a lot of reports of a lot of stations running low on gas. Well, we found this station. It's the Wawa on Cimarron Boulevard. We're basically just about a mile or so away from the airport. And it's been pretty steady so far. We've got people coming in, people still gassing up. We've seen a lot of people gassing up their generators, gassing up their cars. A lot of people topping off. And we talked to one person who basically, he just wanted to make sure that he was playing it safe.
We are trying to get ready. The house is all ready to go. Food supplies there, waters are in place. So we're just trying to make sure we have adequate fuel for the generator when in the event the powers go out.
You spent the last couple of days doing a lot of preps for Milton. Does it feel different?
It does. I've been in Florida for quite a while, so this storm does have a different feeling to it. Don't like the way it's acting, and of course it's shooting our way. So.
Okay, we hate to interrupt the story, but we are going to some live developments with the Olmos Park Police Chief, Miguel Villegas. So we're going to take a live look right now.
Those 2 warrants that were approved by the Bexar County Magistrate. Other than that, we are continuing this investigation. We're asking anybody who has information on where she might be. And actually, there's going to be a photograph of Mr. Simpson's vehicle that we're concerned with, although he's presently in jail in Kendall County. We would like to know if any people here had any sighting of that pickup truck this weekend, and we'll put out a good picture of that GMC pickup truck. It's a 2019 dark colored like a black GMC Sierra pickup truck, and we'll put that photo and everything out on the social media.
So the truck is missing at this point?
The truck is not missing. What we're looking for is maybe people who saw it somewhere that might have been unusual, or they spotted it somewhere that, could indicate that it was suspicious. Anybody who saw a truck like that, and again, we'll put it out within the half hour, the photo of it. It's a 2019 GMC pickup truck, and I believe the picture is on social media of Mr. Simpson himself. So we're asking if anyone has information like that to please contact us.
Chief, is there any history of domestic violence between the couple?
No, we can't prove that, but right now we're in the process of interviewing many people. It's a tight-knit community here in Olmos Park. So they had very, very many friends and a lot of family. So many of the people are telling us, that there has been tension in the family, but, that can be very common. So we don't know. We're going by the facts that we have that seem to indicate that an assault occurred that night, Sunday night. Again, we weren't notified until Monday night about this.
Where is her cell phone?
We don't know the location of her cell phone. We would love to know where it is, but obviously we don't have it. We will be running search warrants that we worked on early morning hours, to get those search warrants. And we'll be looking for that.
The arrest affidavit also says that he was removing himself from the family home.
That being that he was out of the county and he was not responsive to me and requests to assist us with any of this.
Were they separating? Or
I don't have that information.
Did the neighbor indicate why he didn't call 911?
No, we don't know that.
We don't know.
Where was he arrested?
In Kendall County. It would have been I-10 and off I-10 on a frontage road eastbound in Kendall County. It's about the best I'm going to do with that.
I heard we heard volunteers were asked to go home and not search the area. Why?
We didn't have anything scheduled for volunteers. That was yesterday, and many volunteers came out, and they were very helpful, and we appreciate them, and we might need them again. But right now, since all our manpower is tied up in other things, the priority is elsewhere, and we don't want folks searching right now without the police or some supervision out there.
What are the main areas of search right now?
Basically, we searched the woods yesterday behind you along Contour right here.
Chief, there's a lot of police activity on this road in front of the house. Are your people inside their house or around the area?
Presently not, but we will be.
Inside the home.
Yes.
Are you widening the physical search? Are you planning to widen it at all?
We may. That depends on what the search yields today.
In foul play, has that ever come into question? Is that
Of course, in these situations, you tend to look at whether foul play was involved. There was enough foul play for us to obtain warrants for assault and for unlawful restraint. But at the same time, we've received so much information that we're not counting out anything. These things, there can be family violence, and then something very unusual happened, and somebody else is totally involved. So we're not focusing just on one thing or one person. It's not like that. But surely, foul play is the more time passes, the more time we believe foul play was involved.
Chief, do you know why he was in Kendall County?
The family has some property, and he was generally in that area, out of this area, and again, he just wasn't responding to us, and that's what happened.
In the arrest affidavit, it states that their child told a school staff member that she saw her mom get hit.
Anything involving that, any child like that, I'm not going to comment on.
You mentioned that this is a tight-knit community, and you're now hearing that there was tension between the couple. Do you tend to find out in a community like this that domestic violence doesn't get reported as much as...
That's in every community.
It's everywhere. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you considering the husband as a suspect in her disappearance?
He's more than a suspect in the assault, but we don't know anything beyond that. That's what the searches today will be about.
Any change in the color of clothing other than black outfit?
No, sir, that was the last that we know that she was wearing. A black dress. It looked, like someone was dressed up nicely.
I mean, have you gotten answers from family if she is known to do this, to go off?
It's highly unusual for her. Suzanne was known, or is known, as a very loving and reliable person, especially with her children and her work. And so she hasn't been to work, and she hasn't contacted her children. And so, yes, they feel like it's just highly unusual.
Where are the kids now?
Yeah, I'm not gonna comment on the location of kids.
As an experienced law enforcement officer, what is your hunch, or what do you...
I believe that a lot will depend on how well we can develop evidence today based on our searches today. And so we're a small department, so it's taking a little bit, but we'll finish these searches. We have help. I'd be remiss in not mentioning, the support we have had. And I can start naming them, and I may leave somebody out, but they know who they are. A lot of help. And so today, just for us to get home and get some sleep was important. So today we're ready for those searches.
How long?
Okay, if you're just joining us right now, we are getting an update from Fidel Villegas. This is Olmos Park Police Chief over there. He's telling reporters that they are still searching for Suzanne Clark Simpson. In fact, they were telling us they were searching a wooded area around Contour, and they're still putting her description out there. And they mentioned that Suzanne was a very loving and a reliable person, and that she would not go this long without reporting to people at work or without being with her kids. They are looking for a suspicious pickup truck, a 2019 GMC. They say they don't have a location of her cell phone right now, but as we reported earlier, her husband, Brad Simpson, was arrested in Kendall County for assault at this time, and this case is ongoing, and we will keep you updated online and on the air. And we'll be right back. Well, 45 million Latinos are eligible to vote in the 2024 election. 15 million of them estimated to belong to Gen Z and people born after 1997 and before 2013. So it's why the nonpartisan group Voto Latino has partnered with a Latino dating app to drive more young Latinos to the polls. Where Sarah Costa joins us in the studio with how this partnership is working so far.
Hey, Steph, the goal of this partnership is to help younger Latinos better understand the voting process and to generate the awareness of the power of the vote with hopes of getting younger voters registered.
Chispa is a dating app for Latinos in the U.S. that has 10 million downloads, and 80% of its users are ages 18 to 34. It's why the nonpartisan group Voto Latino has partnered with Chispa for the past 3 election cycles to educate young Latinos on how to register to vote and provide voter information.
It's a huge opportunity to achieve a fair representation on the electorate. And CHISPA users are 80% of CHISPA users are 18 to 34. So it's really young, really focused on Gen Z.
CHISPA's Senior Marketing Director, Julia Estagolchik, says since partnering with Voto Latino in 2020, they've seen a large number of their users take advantage of the voter information.
For 2022, yes, it was 300,000 that we drove from the app, so we know that number is measurable. And then we also share about 6.5 million impressions, so 6.5 million times that the Voto Latino and the Get Out to Vote message was distributed.
She says everything shared is nonpartisan information, and app users can share stickers to their accounts that show what issues they're interested in, promoting love for democracy rather than a certain party.
We understand our community is very diverse when it comes to their political views, as well as race, as well as language, as well as roots.
And Voto Latino offers their resources to everyone, not just CHISPA users. So you can find all of your election day resources also on KSAT.com. The KSAT Vote 2024 webpage has everything you need to know leading up to Election Day, polling locations, information about candidates, even a sample ballot of what your ballot might look like. Just head to our website, KSAT.com, or you can scan this QR code that's on your screen right now to stay in the loop. Stay with us. We'll be
Look out there with live cam. It's a nice, pleasant morning and still not too bad at 81 degrees, but I guess we're looking to maybe break another record, Sarah.
Yeah, the record for the day is 94, and we're forecasting 95, so we're likely to break a record. I want to start, though, with the latest on Hurricane Milton, Category 4 hurricane, and you can see that there are tornado warnings along this outer band of Milton as it moves on shore here. Now, Milton currently has wind speeds of 145 miles per hour right around that eye. And as we're looking at current wind speeds are starting to, gusts are starting to pick up inland. You can see a 52 mile per hour gust at Sarasota. Out in the ocean in this buoy here, we've got a 60 mile per hour wind gust. So even now, several hours before landfall, folks along the west coast of Florida are starting to see the impacts of Milton, and we've got a long way to go before Milton makes landfall just south of Tampa Bay area by late this evening and early into Thursday. And so the main risks with Milton, we've got wind threats along the Tampa area all the way down to Fort Myers of a greater than 110 miles per hour, and even inland toward Orlando, Disney World area, Palm Bay, wind gust potential of 74 to 110 miles per hour. Of course, the storm surge is going to be devastating too. In Tampa Bay, the storm surge forecast has come down a little bit, but still devastating surge of 8 to 12 feet. From Sarasota down to just north of Fort Myers, that's where the highest storm surge is expected of 10 to 15 feet. And even along Fort Myers down to Naples, 8 to 12 feet there of peak storm surge. That's above ground level. And on top of that, they're going to be looking at flooding rains inland as well as Hurricane Milton moves across Florida Thursday morning into early Thursday afternoon. Meanwhile, completely different story here in Texas and in San Antonio. It has been 34 days since we have seen measurable rainfall in San Antonio. Since September 1st, we've only seen a little bit more than 1.5 inches of rainfall, which is more than 3 inches of rain deficit. And we're now in a deficit for the year so far by about 4¼ inches of rain. And you can see there's just not any chance for rainfall in San Antonio's forecast over the next several days. That's the bad news. Let's talk about some good news for San Antonio's forecast, okay? There are indications that we will see a cool front early next week, and that could potentially bring our morning lows down into the 50s for the first time this season by Wednesday, by the middle of next week and into late next week as well. We're still several days away. We need to refine this forecast, but I want to tell you there could be some cooler air here on the horizon. As for outside right now, it is hot. It is warm rather. 81 in San Antonio, 84 in New Braunfels. At least the humidity is low. And again, for the rest of the day today, we're going to see our high temperatures climb to 95 for the high, and then this evening is going to be mild with temperatures in the 70s in San Antonio. As for our 7-day forecast, again, cool mornings in the 60s, hot afternoons, and coming up, I've got a comparison of just how hot this start to October has been. Steph.
Thank you, Sarah. Well, the Spurs are back in preseason action tonight. Will Wemby play? We hope so. We're going to find out after the break. Well, San Antonio Spurs 2024-2025 preseason is officially underway, and Chris Paul and Victor Wembanyama weren't rushed back on the court for Monday's season opener, and as expected, the product on the court looked a lot like a preseason game. So OKC won 112-107. Julian Champagnie was given the green light to shoot that ball, going 6 of 13 from long range. The third-year small forward led the floor with 22 points, and fourth overall pick Stephon Castle stole the show late in the third quarter. Well, the Spurs are back in action tonight with tip-off against Orlando at 7 o'clock. CP3 and Wemby will play. Well, still ahead in our next half hour, we are closely tracking Hurricane Milton when the eye is expected to make landfall. That's coming up after the break. Well, the search for a missing woman in Olmos Park is intensifying. Police are planning to search new ground for 51-year-old Suzanne Simpson. Well, our Katrina Weber joins us live from that neighborhood at East Contour and Premeta Drive. And Katrina, we know you just spoke with the police chief, and was he able to share any new information?
Yeah, he did share some new information. One big takeaway is that they are going to hit up that new search area, specifically the house, the Simpson house, which is right down the end of the street. He says that they have not had a chance to search inside the house just yet. He also mentioned that they had searched the woods nearby and found 2 items which are of interest to them. He would not say specifically what they found, but or whether he can connect those items to Suzanne Simpson. That's still to be determined. Now, Simpson, let me give you a look at the video of her. She's a mother of 4, last seen Sunday night. We've learned one of the last people to see her was a neighbor who told police about a disturbance involving Simpson and her husband, Brad. A court documents show that the neighbor says the couple got into a physical fight outside his window. Then he says he heard screams in a wooded area nearby. The neighbor says 53-year-old Brad Simpson later showed up at home alone. Brad Simpson, we've learned, was arrested early this morning on a family violence charge related to that disturbance Sunday night. Now, so far, there has been no sign of his wife just yet. The chief and her friends tell us that she is a dedicated mother, so for her to be missing like this is completely out of character. They say that she hasn't even had any contact with her children at this time. As far as the search here, the chief tells us that this will be going on and this area could be closed for at least another 24 hours. Reporting live in Olmos Park, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Katrina. Well, we are continuing to track Hurricane Milton as it approaches the Florida coast. So we're going to take a look live at Key West, and you'll be able to see the clouds that are already darkening, and you'll see that the waves are getting more noticeable at this time.
That's right, Stephanie. And you know what is something to mention is a lot of people here have friends and family out in Florida too, and so everybody watching this very carefully. I want to talk a little bit about where Milton is right now and where it's headed. Let's go ahead and take a look, and you can see that we have got Hurricane Milton, a Category 4 hurricane with sustained winds around that eye wall of 145 miles per hour. And you may be hearing Milton is expected to weaken into a Category 3 before it makes landfall. But weakening is not a good word, I think, to describe the impacts that this hurricane is going to have to the west coast of Florida, because even though it technically will probably be a Category 3 at landfall, you can already see that along this outer band, there's tornado warnings inland from Milton, and Milton is expected to make landfall just south of Tampa Bay area tonight into early tomorrow. And so it's going to be a long night where people across Florida are going to have to deal in the darkness of night with the storm surge, the howling winds, the flooding rains from Milton in the middle of the night. And then Milton will be moving on to the Atlantic, into the Atlantic by tomorrow evening. So it's going to be a devastating storm for Florida. We will keep you posted. Meanwhile, completely clear, sunny weather here in San Antonio. In fact, that 95 will probably be a record heat for the day here in San Antonio. But it's not all bad news in our forecast. We have got a potential for even cooler mornings by this time next week. Details ahead.
Thank you, Sarah. Well, we just got new video from the shooting yesterday that killed a wanted felon and gang member. Mackenzie Caitlin was driving near historic Old Highway 90 and 151 when a chase involving a Bexar County Sheriff deputies and San Antonio police officers turned into a shooting. Now, Bexar County Sheriff Javier Salazar says the San Antonio Police Street Crimes Unit asked for help in monitoring the 43-year-old suspect, and when deputies tried pulling that suspect over on Castroville Road, the high-speed chase began. Now, it finally ended at the historic Old Highway 90 and 151 intersection. And when police officers and BCSO deputies surrounded the vehicle, the suspect started ramming the authorities' cars to try and get away.
At a certain point, my deputy was out on foot next to his patrol car, and it appeared the suspect was starting to ram his way out and was turning in the direction of the deputy. The deputy fired several shots into the driver's side door.
Well, the sheriff says the 43-year-old suspect died at the scene. A female passenger of his was hit in the leg and taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The deputy who was shot, that man is a 13-year veteran of the department and will be on administrative leave due to protocol when an officer is involved in a shooting. Doc Talk is happening again this week, and it's all about kids. And here's how it works. You can scan that QR code on your screen right now and type a medical question, any health question that you'd like to ask a doctor concerning your child. And a doctor will be here at KSAT to answer it. So Doc Talk airs every Thursday on the news at 6:30. Well, still ahead, a new cancer research facility is set to open in our area when that's expected to happen. Plus, the end of an era in Vegas. The Tropicana Hotel has officially been demolished. We're going to bring you video from that demolition after the break. It was the end of an era in Las Vegas this morning. The Tropicana Casino going out with a literal bang during a demolition implosion. Now, that casino opened up in 1957 and was imploded to make way for a new Major League Baseball stadium. Well, from the day the Tropicana shut down until the implosion, crews were hard at work making sure that the 67-year-old property was safe for implosion. So beginning in April, crews started to strip the walls and treat asbestos underneath on different floors. Black curtains were placed that held the explosives, and the placement of explosives helps determine the direction that debris will fall.
It's just a cascading from the outside in. They'll end up on the ground about the same time.
It's almost like a pancake.
Yes, it'll definitely be a big pancake. Both be on the ground within 22 seconds.
Well, the new Oakland A's baseball stadium is expected to be completed in 2028. And here at home, things are warming up, but a nice morning, and I have to say, even though it's hot, if I can find some shade, I can handle it, Sarah.
It doesn't feel that bad because the humidity is low, and honestly, this morning it felt great. Now, unfortunately, we're still dealing with elevated ragweed. Ragweed is moderate today, molds are low. The aquifer is down yet again, another 1/10 of a foot in the last 24 hours. All right, latest on Category 4 Milton as it is approaching Florida. Staying sunny and dry in San Antonio, but mornings in the 50s soon? It's possible. Details ahead.
Well, unfortunately, many of us have been either directly or indirectly impacted by cancer, and that's especially true for Latinos. And researchers don't know why. UT Health San Antonio says that Latinos in South Texas are more likely than other groups to have cervical, liver, and stomach cancers. That is something that we discussed yesterday during a KSAT town hall.
Our community still fears cancer. They don't want to go see the doctor for fear of being told they might have cancer. So therefore, they're delaying coming in for the appropriate, screenings that they might need.
Well, Dr. Ramirez is leading a study to find out why so many Latinos are affected by cancer. You can scan that QR code at the bottom of your screen if you want to sign up for the study and if you want to watch the town hall. Doctors and our Stefania Jimenez discussed a new facility to treat cancer patients in San Antonio. It's called the Multi-Specialty and Research Hospital, and it will be opening this December.
You know, Steph, it has been so warm to start October for us.
Yes.
Yeah, at least we've had the cooler mornings.
That
so,
helps.
you know, there's some positivity there. But I want to show you that so far we've had 6 days in October where the high has been at or above 94. And compared to the last 5 years, you can see that we really are beating the last 5 years. So this year has been a very warm start to October. And I did also look at October temperatures for the entire record period of San Antonio, which goes back to the 1880s. We're off to a hotter start if you consider a high at or above 94 hot than ever in San Antonio's history. So impressive to see that. Now, we are expected today to see another day where the high is above 94, so it'll be 7. 95 is our forecast high for the day today. We'll already be at 90 just here in the next hour or so. 95 for the high, and then a mild evening. Temperatures will quickly cool though after sunset because of the low humidity, so it'll feel great this evening for any kind of late night walks and the things like that. As we take a look at your highs over the next several days, over the weekend, highs in the low 90s, so still toasty, but not as hot as today and tomorrow. And then there are indications that early next week we are going to have a cool front, and that'll drop our highs into the 80s, which is more seasonable, but still warmer than average. The average high this time of year is 85, and we're going to be watching that carefully. Now, as I show you the future cast, this is Friday afternoon, still hot around Texas, Saturday and Sunday, but cooler air will be working its way across the northern tier of the United States, and depending how cold this air is, we want it to be cold so that way it makes it to San Antonio, but that is the early indications that we could have mornings potentially in the 50s as early as maybe Wednesday next week in the morning. So something to hope for. It is, however, going to stay dry, and it has been over a month since we've seen any measurable rain in San Antonio. So unfortunately, no rain. But as we take a look at Hurricane Milton, this is of course the big weather story across the nation. You can see here's the eye of Hurricane Milton starting to be picked up on the radars. It's a Category 4 hurricane with winds right around that eye of 145 miles per hour. And as we look a little inland into Florida, you can see that there are some tornado warnings along this outer band of Milton that has already started to move on shore. So they're already dealing with tropical storm force winds across some of these areas. I've seen a few gusts of up to 50 to 60 miles per hour, especially for Sarasota and especially for these buoys out here in the middle of the Gulf of Mexico. And so we're going to be watching these wind gusts carefully. Of course, inland, they're expecting some winds of up to 110 miles per hour or greater. Even Orlando could see wind gusts of 74 to 110 miles per hour. And then the storm surge is going to be devastating, particularly from Tampa all the way down to Fort Myers, where there could be 8 to 15 feet of storm surge through Sarasota and points to the south as well. And then finally, they're dealing with a ton of rainfall too. In some places over a foot of rain, even far inland into Florida. Near Orlando, there could be 8 inches of rainfall. So it's interesting that a part of the nation, unfortunately, is going to be dealing with devastating weather from Hurricane Milton. And we're looking at complete sunshine in the forecast. Cool mornings, hot afternoons, but by Tuesday of next week, maybe those highs will be below 90 degrees for the first time this season.
That would be nice. Look forward to that. Thank you, Sarah. Well, after the break, we are checking in with a local mom with a big running dream and what she's doing to create a place for people to run for fun and not worry about time. Well, a local supermom with a marathon dream and a mini running buddy in tow wanted to have some fun while on the run. So as SA Live's Jada Pickett shows us, she laced up her sneakers and created a space for everyone, no matter what your pace.
In a city known for its vibrant culture and diverse communities, one thing was missing: a running group where everyone felt they truly belonged.
My name is Brittany Brass, and this is Urban Run Club San Antonio.
Brittany Brass noticed this gap, especially as a mother and lifelong runner looking for a space to share with her child. Instead of waiting for someone else to fill the void, she created Urban Run Club.
When you're looking at all of these different groups and spaces and you don't see any other, I'm not gonna say there's no parents, but any other people like me that look like me, a woman of color, a parent that brings her kid wherever she goes, I was a little discouraged. I was nervous. I was in my head, how am I gonna train? So as I'm looking around, trying to figure out what group can I go attend, I'm thinking, how can I bring my kid with me? So God placed it on my heart, start a run club.
10 weeks later, Urban Run Club has quickly become a staple in the San Antonio community.
I've always heard this saying, if the table isn't there that you need to sit at, that you want to sit at, create the table, create the space. While that is a big, big commitment, because in my mind, I'm like, who's going to come? I was also like, who else feels this way? Who else feels like there isn't a space where they can go, where their parents, women of color, where they feel safe? We hear on the news all the time, there's a lot of people losing their lives by running by themselves. So that really sparked the interest of creating a space that I was itching for, and I realized that other people were itching for it too.
Runners, walkers, and joggers of all backgrounds come together, starting with the warm-up before hitting the pavement. There's a place for everyone, no matter their pace or experience level.
Urban Run Club happens on Saturdays. Right now, we are every Saturday at Lady Bird Johnson Park at 7 a.m. We also have a midweek 2-mile cutesy hill is every Wednesday at 8:30 a.m. at Camache Lookout Park. We do mix in a little bit of Sundays every other Sunday. My team does support that for individuals that might not be available on Wednesdays.
The community has embraced Urban Run Club with open arms.
While we are a predominantly BIPOC-centered community, we are open to all paces, all races, all levels. You are welcome in our space. We definitely encourage everyone to bring your family, bring your spouses, bring your children. We have children from the ages of infancy all the way up to teenagers. If I could name it in 1 or 2 words, I would say family reunion. So bring your family out.
Local chefs provide post-run snacks, ensuring everyone refuels with healthy, authentic treats. And on some Saturdays, runners can even indulge in outdoor massages, a luxury that adds an extra level of care to the experience. The relationships formed through the club have been profound, creating a sense of belonging that continues to inspire runners to come back each week.
Hi, my name is Lauren, and I have lived in San Antonio for about 5 years now.
Good morning, I'm Keith Levitt, originally from Florida, moved here from Houston. So what I love about Urban Run Club is obviously the community. I'm always like getting out of my comfort zone, but more than anything, it's more so the community.
The group has been very, very inclusive, very welcoming, and Brittany made me feel like I belonged here from the very first day I came.
Urban Run Club stands out for its emphasis on community and the unique elements it brings to the local running scene. Brittany has built a movement that's as much about connection as it is about fitness.
It's nice to get out there and run, and what a great turnout. Well, a reminder that SA Live airs weekdays at 10 a.m. right here on KSAT 12, so you can scan the QR code right here on your screen for more information on arts, culture, food, and fun, because celebrating San Antonio is what they're all about. We'll be right back. So looking ahead to next weekend, don't forget to join us at Hemisphere Park on October 19th for Light the Night. So hundreds of lanterns will illuminate the sky to celebrate, honor, and remember people impacted by blood cancer. You can check out ksatcommunity.com for complete information or scan the QR code on your screen.
Now, Hurricane Milton's winds have come down to 130 miles per hour, but this is still going to be a devastating storm for the western coast of Florida and parts of central Florida as well. Meteorologist Adam Caskey will have the latest on Milton tonight. at 5 and 6 and the night beat. And then our weather in the meantime, though, is going to be pretty pleasant. We'll be looking at totally sunny skies, hot afternoons, but those cool mornings are going to feel great. And there's even the potential for a cool front next week that would lower our highs below 90.
We hope so. Thank you, Sarah. Well, again, this is our top story today because we've had updates all morning and all afternoon. The search for Suzanne Clark Simpson continues in an Almost Park neighborhood. Well, her husband, Brad Simpson, was arrested last night in Kendall County for a family violence charge. Police in Almost Park say they fear Suzanne's well-being as time continues on without finding her. Our Katrina Weber has been following the story all day, and she's going to bring us the latest updates from police on the news at 5. In the meantime, you can keep up with the story on our website, KSAT.com. Well, we thank you for joining us today.